Okay. Hey Divyansh, how are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good too. So Divyansh, could you please tell me something about yourself?
Ma'am, my name is Divyansh Joshi, and I come from Khandwa, a small town in Madhya Pradesh, also the birthplace of singer Kishore Kumar. I have done my undergraduation in computer science and engineering from Institute of Engineering Science, IPS Academy, Indore. As of my corporate experience, I have worked as a solutions engineer in rack bank data centers. It started with an internship, but it turned out to be an experience that shaped my professional identity. My key responsibilities was to manage sales, handle customer relationships, and account management. I handled around 50 existing clients and connected with 30 new prospects daily, ensuring with their infrastructure requirement and server requirements. I was also recognized as Employee of the Month and was offered a pre-placement offer where I continued doing the same role full time. Uh,
Okay,
apart
that's
from
great.
this, apart from
Okay.
this, I have all
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Apart from
okay,
this?
sorry. Apart from this, I have also volunteered as an NCC cadet, earning a Grade A certificate, and I have also worked in different internships. I was a cloud consultant in Neat Cloud, which is also a sister company of Rackbank Data Centers. I have also worked as a content writer for Significant Careers, and my hobbies include playing cricket, playing keyboard, and recently I've started playing chess as it helps me stay focused and be creative.
Okay, that's great. So Divyansh, I just wanted to ask you, why do you want to pursue HR from XLR?
Sure, ma'am. So first thing that I believe is I connect with people more uh, enthusiastically and easily. I feel that connecting with people is something that I have trait in myself, and um, doing pursuing an HR from an prestigious institute like XLRI, it will enable me to handle the most important asset of a company, that is its employees. So I feel that it gives me an opportunity to connect with more people internally, bring value to the company and to the people as well.
That's great. So Divyansh, did you have any time to go through the HR curriculum at XLRI website?
No, ma'am, not as such particularly, but I'll
Okay,
I'll make sure that I go through it.
you got. Okay. So also, do you have any idea about the different fields in the HR department?
Ma'am, particularly we that I know about in an HR is particularly talent acquisition, recruitment, and learning and development. We have that's particularly the whole picture that I know as of now, but I'm trying to learn more about it.
Okay, so if you are pursuing HR, so which is the field which you would be more inclined towards?
Um, Ma'am, particularly talent acquisition and managing the people, managing the employees in the company.
Okay, so if you want to do talent acquisition, which all are the key pointers or parameters you would be looking at while hiring new candidates?
Um, Ma'am, for me, most important thing to evaluate a candidate would be his or her skills. Uh, Secondly, what kind of person he or she is, and how their vision and mission aligns with my company's vision and mission.
Okay, that's great. So I just wanted to know that any idea, do you have any idea about the types of major problems which an HR faces in an industry currently?
One is the attrition rate that employees mostly quit companies because of stagnant growth or lesser pay. Um, Other is, I believe, fatigue that work puts on them, stress puts on them, and they try to switch the job.
So, what do you think are some of the important parameters you can implement, or some of the measures you can implement to curb down the attrition of employees?
Um, Ma'am, first thing that uh, we have to do with the regarding the industry growth is upskilling our employees, upskilling and reskilling our employees, particularly. Secondly, we should be having more. sessions on their mental health, regarding their mental health, knowing what they are going through or what they are not, and making them feel like they are valued in this company. One of the most
So, for
prominent thing.
example, so according to you, maybe only mental health is not the reason that employees leave the organization. There might be some other reasons also. Do you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
you come up with some other reasons why an employee might leave an organization?
Ma'am, one is the stagnant growth. They feel like they are doing the same work again and again, monotonous, everything is going on. They want to grow their career, obviously, they want to earn more money. And if a different company gives them an opportunity to take that particular role that they want at a better pay, so obviously they would like to switch.
Okay. So, Divyansh, you have done your BTech in computer engineering, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, could I ask you some basic questions on it?
Sure,
I'll
ma'am.
be asking. So, okay. So, Divyansh, could you please tell me like some of your favorite which is your favorite subject from computer engineering?
Ma'am, particularly for favoritism, I don't have a particular favorite subject, but I am more inclined towards knowing about the data structures, operating systems, computer networks. I have also done a vocational course on blockchain, as well as I have also made a major project on blockchain technology. So those are
Okay.
certain areas that I was interested in.
Okay. So, do you have any idea about concepts of object-oriented programming or database management systems?
Yes, ma'am. A little bit. I have a little clarity, but it's been a long time since I connected with those subjects. So I
So, could
remember
you tell me by any
polymorphism,
idea what are asset properties in a database?
asset properties, right? So
Yeah.
particularly A stands for atomicity, C stands for consistency, I stands for isolation, and D stands for durability. That's is basically you would see in a bank transaction statement. Atomicity means that a transaction would happen or it would not happen. There is nothing in between. Consistency is that all data is transmitted and there are no gaps in the data and it is consistent throughout. Isolation, um, um, I'm not able to recall the process of isolation. And similarly for durability, um, sorry, ma'am, the I and D,
It's okay.
I'm not making.
You were good with the first two ones. It's totally fine. They are actually an extension. I'll talk to you about it in the feedback only. Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
So also, could you please tell me about the concepts of object-oriented programming,
So, ma'am,
the major
object-oriented
pillars?
program. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am. So, object-oriented programming was introduced more to incorporate real-world objects, basically. Like we have concepts of polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation, um, and classes, objects. Um, this is what I recall as of now.
Okay, no worries. So, I was going through your SOP and I saw that you left your WorkX in August 2024.
Yes, ma'am.
So, after that, what were you doing till
So
now?
basically, ma'am, last year I have prepared for CAT and XAT as well. And I was shortlisted for a different institute, but I was not able to convert most of them. And one of the things that I remember from an interview that I gave last year of MICA, the panelist asked me if I would settle for less. And at that day, I told them I won't settle for less. And I continued with that point till then. Actually, uh, I felt bad because I couldn't clear the exams, and obviously that was a pressure for me that I left my job and I couldn't do better in that. So, particularly that time, this 1 year period in this preparation time, I gave it more towards finding myself. I felt lost completely. I gave time to myself. I gave time to what I enjoyed the most. I played cricket, which I felt I lost uh, in my early childhood. And then obviously I worked on myself. I went to gym and obviously I was studying for this interview preparation as well. So most of this year that I gave was to myself and my preparation again.
Okay. So, okay, so basically, you took a drop for a cat. That again.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, do you feel that cats that are like a lot of aspirants like you, some of them might be working as well and preparing side by side. So, do you think that you could have been better at time management so that you could have worked a job and you could have prepared for entrances side by side?
Sure, ma'am. That is something that I know that I would have done. But the thing is, when I started with the internship, it started in Feb or starting of the March, and I was managing three things. First is my academics, second was the office job, and third was preparation for cracking SAT. One thing that I realized when I transitioned to full-time role, my calls that I was responsible for sales mostly. So I had a set of targets that I had to complete before a deadline. Also, my work was something like that even if a single disruption happens in a server for of a client, he or she would call me at any point of time in
Okay.
a day. So
Hmm.
that was something difficult for me to continue both working and managing my studies. So that was affecting my mock scores, and that mock scores was affecting my job as well. So I didn't want it to be a liability to my company. I have that kind of mentality that if a company pays me, then I have to give my best. And whatever I do, if I'm doing something for someone, if I'm doing something for myself, I have to do best of my abilities.
Okay. So that's great. So I just wanted to know that do you know the values by which XLRA abides?
No, I'm sorry, I'm unaware of that.
Okay, no worries. So also did you have any time to go through the XLRA website and see the kind of culture XLRA has, like the kind of events or the kind of committees there are for XLRA?
No, ma'am, I haven't seen that yet, but I'll see it.
Okay, no worries. Also, could you please tell me, like, for example, since you have worked in a, I was also reading through your answers, and since you have worked in the sales role, for example, there might have been a lot of conflicts. Like, also, there was a specific conflict you were involved in. So, if there is there are conflicts like this, which might arise in future, how will you better deal with it?
First thing that I feel dealing with a problem is knowing what the root cause is. What is that thing that is causing it? Particularly that I mentioned in SOP was this aggressive timeline that was set by the client that he wants a server very quickly as he had this disruption in with their previous supplier. So, knowing that what my company was offering was a little bit price sensitive market. So, what we can do is provide them a better service, better customer service, and um uh, a better product in sense. So, I had to ensure that I give them the best of what our company has to offer, so that they won't feel that we just gave them anything just because we promised them a quick and aggressive timeline. So that was the case in that. So particularly in this case, I need to understand that what the root cause is and uh, how we can tackle it perfectly given our uh, particular set what we have.
Okay, that's great. So, also one more thing is I wanted to ask, like, after sales role, why do you want to switch to HR? This is my last question.
Ma'am, as I mentioned, particularly that I like to connect with people, and I'm someone who would empathize with people, who would help them if they are facing any troubles, who
Sorry
likes
to
to
cut you in
manage.
between. And I feel in sales role that you would definitely connect with people a lot more. I mean, you are making calls, you are interacting with them on a very personal level. But in
Yes, ma'am.
HR, I feel people will come with you with problems, then that is the scenario you'll interact with. So don't you think that
Yes,
sales would have
ma'am.
been better for you?
Ma'am, particularly in sales, what I see is you are making a call to a person, he or she would decline or accept, or you don't know how they will react or
Okay.
they will not react. In HR, particularly, you are seeing that person, seeing them in person. You know how they would react. You would know how uh, how is their behavior in that. So you would try to empathize with them. You would try to listen to them, what their problems are, what issues they are facing. So that is something that I feel I'm good at understanding people. So that would help me better if I take HR rules.
Okay. So, do you have any questions for me?
Um, नॉट एज़ सच मैम बस एक सवाल था थोड़ा-सा कि particularly why HRM I'm not able to figure out. I think I could try to make it more perfect, but I'm not
Yeah, you sent me
getting
an
a
answer, right? Okay, okay, wait. So the answer which you sent is like open next to explore options rather than committing to a specific one. Also, you said that each specialization offers something valuable. I'm genuinely okay, okay, okay. So why HRM is like so basically your people's your answer is good, and you can also say that you went through the this is some feedback I want to give you. So please go through the HR curriculum. Just download HR
um,
website. Go to XLR website, download the HR curriculum, and go through the topics. You can say that I went through the topics and I found these things interesting. So that will add a lot of impact. And also your favorite subject you I asked you about your favorite subject and you told me 4 5 subjects. Try to stick to maximum two so that
sure, ma'am.
you can actually be well prepared about it. Okay. And also it's good you told me about acid properties and all. And also, please go through XLRA website regarding the events and the kind of committees HR has. Because the
Sure, ma'am.
candidate I was interviewing previously, she had a lot of idea about all these things. So it actually puts a very positive impact that you know about it, and it's not like you are just sitting for the interview. They'll actually feel that you went through everything. And also, please revise about the labor codes. There were a set
Mhm.
of labor codes. They shifted to only 4 labor codes. I ask a lot of questions to candidates about why the shift happened and what is the change in the labor codes. So go through all of these topics for HR. And also one more thing is in HR, try to go through the specific industry problems which HR are facing, like attrition, retention of employees, or raising their compensation, deciding on the compensation. So these are some of the things, and also your work experience. When I asked you, you told that you took a drop, totally fine, but you have to justify it. So you justified it well. Just try to justify it more, saying ki, yeah, you told me the problem with your role, and that's why it's fine. And yeah, your hobbies you told about cricket. So I could have, if I was interested, like I am interested in cricket, but I could have grilled you a little on cricket. Ki, when you played cricket, how could you associate it with HR? I saw a transcript also. Like people keep asking if you mention it in your SOP. And now T20 World Cup is also going on. So I feel that you could be grilled on cricket also. So these are some
Sure,
of the
ma'am.
things, and also more fields. When I asked you about the type of fields in HR, there are many. Like there is compensation, learning and development, HR analytics, HR consulting. So try to actually read a little about these fields also.
No, ma'am. I
These
have
are some
not
of the things I
particularly
wanted to say. Huh.
Yes, ma'am. I have not particularly read about two things. First is HR. I'm I'll start from tomorrow onwards. I was preparing for
When is your
whole of
interview
this
actually? When
12th
is your
March.
12th March?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you have a lot of time. Okay, okay. ठीक है. You have time, so please prepare on all these. Like all the pointers which are pointed out, please do prepare about it. Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Because
I'll do that.
it will put a very good impact. And if you crack the interview, then you will actually convert the call. So don't worry about the
Sure, ma'am.
percentage. Totally fine.
Ma'am, particularly in GD, if we say, kitany entries would be sufficient? Like even
So
if I
I would
give one
say
or
a
two,
lot of people do ask me these questions कि कितनी entries करनी चाहिए तो मैं तो सही कहूंगी कि two entries are totally fine, two meaningful entries, not two entries. The word meaningful is very important here because entries ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि panelist को याद हो जाए. ठीक है ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि you're just saying some random things or you're repeating what other people have said. You try to bring a new perspective or you try to change or divert the GD to some other topic. Not some other topic. I mean, some give it a good angle. Ki, for example, everyone is debating on a topic. You know what happens is when someone starts a GD, everyone is actually behind that only. They try to revolve around the same entry point. But you should be the person who can actually give it a new angle. For example, this is happening. So you can give it a new angle and you can actually discuss on that. So these are some
sure,
of
ma'am.
the things. So two meaningful entries is more than enough. Just make sure that your entries make an impact. It's not like a stagnant entry. Okay. So
Okay,
this is
ma'am.
the thing.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is there any framework that I should follow for particular this abstract topics that in HRM? Uh, like normal GT में तो we can use pastel framework, we have 5W1H framework. So
या
if we
फ्रेमवर्क्स,
get
सी फ्रेमवर्क्स अगर तुम फॉलो कर पा रहे हो तो अच्छा है, बट कभी कभार क्या होता है कि टॉपिक ही ऐसा आ जाता है कि यू डोंट हैव दैट मच इन्फो.
हाँ
फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू आर लाइक लुकिंग टू अप्लाई पेस्टल फ्रेमवर्क, yeah, no one is actually that focused ki, which framework you're applying. Just try to get in some
exactly
good points and organize it. You can follow the STAR framework as well: situation, task, action, and result. So that
okay
whenever you're narrating something, you can actually like bring in that perspective. So even if you're not able to fit in it in some framework, try to make it as impactful as possible while giving some real industry examples. That is all that matters. Yeah.
uh,
Because no one counts ki, okay, he covered B, he covered E. No one does that. Just try. If you are able to fit in a lot of pastel frameworks, it's very good. But even if you are not, try to bring in more examples, because examples are one thing which stick in the mind of the panelists.
sure ma'am. Got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Uh, okay. Chalo. Bye. All the best. I think the new
Thank you
next
ma'am.
candidate has joined.
Sorry
Yeah.
ma'am, एक क्वेश्चन और वे
Yeah. Yeah.
अपने
Definitely.
और इंटरव्यूज कंडक्ट होंगे थोड़े और काइंड ऑफ
Mock
लाइक
interviews,
एक
yes. Tomorrow I'm not free. I'll be opening more slots from fourth. Fourth night I'll be opening more slots. Tomorrow I'm
ओके
traveling somewhere. Yeah, yeah.
ओके नो
So next
थैंक
time
यू
when you come, you should be actually prepared with all these so that I can ask you more
श्योर श्योर
questions. Yeah, ये
ओके
तो
मैम
आनी ही
गॉट इट
चाहिए. Okay. हाँ.
डन
Okay. चलो.
ओके थैंक
Bye.
यू
All
सो
the
मच मैम
best.
बाय
Yeah.
बाय
No worries.
थैंक
Bye
यू
bye. Okay. Hi, Kriti.
Hi.
Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just Kriti, just give me 2 minutes, huh?
Sure. Just a request before we start with the interview.
Mhm.
Actually, I have my BM interview first, so if you could take this one BM specific.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure, sure. I'll take it BM specific next. When is your HR?
It's on 14th March.
Okay, so you can take up another slot for HR.
Yeah,
Today
sure.
we'll focus
Okay.
on BM. Wait, let me open your SOP once. Okay, just one sec. Okay, your BM is on 8th, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start. So basically, we'll follow a format where 15 minutes of interview and 5 minutes of feedback. Okay.
Sure.
So we'll start in 2 minutes. Okay. So let's start. So hi, Kriti. How are you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. So, Kriti, let's start with your introduction. Could you please tell me about yourself?
Sure. So I'm born and brought up in Delhi. My interest in business started very early with my grandfather's venture, which he started at the age of 50. So which led me to pursue commerce, and then I took up business economics from Gargi College, Delhi University. During my college time, I have held PORs and internships in various domains. Talking about my PORs, I have been a Girl Up Gargi head, which is basically a UN-led initiative where I have hosted 50 plus speaker sessions and led a team of 15 plus members. Apart from that, I have also done internships in various domains, including wealth management, HR, marketing, and finance. My first corporate exposure came with my internship in Deloitte India in the risk advisory domain, and later I moved on into a full-time role of as a consultant with Productivity India in their internal audit and financial advisory team. Apart from my life professionally, personally, I have also ran an Instagram page for the Unbox Thoughts where I post food and travel related content.
Okay, your Instagram page. That's cool. So, why do you want to pursue MBA after like all this? So many ventures.
So, my interest for MBA actually started with my work as a consultant with Productivity. So, I am basically working on the operational side of consulting with a mixture of audit exposure. So, my role is basically designing SOPs and policies for client where I have assessed process risk and gaps Through that, I have actually get to know how of the business, but I still feel that there is a gap for me getting the why behind the business decisions. Also, I still do not have the cross-functional knowledge of all the domains because through making SOPs, I have realized that we need to dissect every domain from supply chain to HR to finance. I still do not possess the domain-specific knowledge, so through an MBA, I aim to get the cross-functional and holistic overview of all the domains and then move into a strategic consulting role.
Okay. Since you have worked in consulting, could you please tell me some of the frameworks which you used during your consult?
So some of the popular frameworks are actually the best analysis, SWOT analysis, BCG matrix. But personally, one of the framework that we have used a lot is a phased approach framework, which because we actually make SOPs, so we actually conduct an walkthrough with the client and then approach the problem in a phased approach, which we divide the problem statement into three phases and then move on into solving and assessing risk phase by phase.
Okay, nice. So I wanted to know that since you have done your undergrad in economics, could you please tell me the current GDP of India?
So current GDP of India is 7.6%. I am
And
not
in
actually sure in the numeric terms.
numeric terms, yeah. Okay, no worries. So I think you should know about the GDP, so do research about it. So also,
Sure.
did you happen to watch the budget?
Yeah, I watched the budget.
So could you please tell me some of the major sectors that the budget 2026 focused on? Sorry, budget
Sure.
2025. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll start by sector by sector. So first was that there was a 12% increase in the capex this year, which was like the 9% increase from the last year. So it is a huge investment in the manufacturing sector actually. Next is the biopharma outlay, which has increased from the previous year, and our finance minister has led more focus into that. Coming to next, we have a semiconductor focus because our finance minister announced that we would be letting the ISM 2.0 to grow the semiconductor industry in India. There is other sector which is the rare mineral earth, which has drawn the focus in this budget this year, which basically means that China holds the dominating power in that sector, and India wants to actually grab the hold on that sector. So initiatives had been made in that.
Okay, great, great. So do you think that any sector which was neglected and could have been included in the budget, which you feel that it could have been?
I feel that one sector which have been not neglected absolutely, but could have been focused more upon is the agriculture sector, because agriculture is the main economy of India. It actually employs 47% of the population, but generates only 16% of the GDP. So it is the agriculture subsidies were not given that much importance in terms of subsidizing more and rationalizing those subsidies. So I feel that a little bit more importance could be given to that.
Agriculture, fine. So why do you want to pursue your MBA in BM from XLRA specifically?
So I want to pursue BM from XRI because XRI is one of the oldest B school in India and it
When was it
holds that
established? Any
reputation.
idea?
1949.
Okay, yeah, continue.
Yeah. So it is the oldest B school in India and has that reputational value, which would actually provide me with the alumni network. But apart from that, I feel that vision of the XRI, which is creating the ethically responsible leaders, actually aligns with my personal vision as well, because I have a very keen interest in the sustainable sector as well, because I have worked in NGOs and as a PR head spreading awareness. So I feel leadership is also a very ethical responsibility which XRI focus on. Apart from that, while going through the website from XRI, I have noticed that it is not just the theoretical aspect which is being taught, but a lot of simulation techniques and practical knowledge is given by the faculty, which actually attracts me more towards the course.
Okay, that's great. So, did you have any time to go through the XLRA website?
I have actually gone through the website.
So, did you go through the BM curriculum?
Yeah.
So, could you tell me some interesting subjects or some of the subjects which you found like you liked them?
So I have a background in economics. So one of the subjects that actually attracts me was the management economics. section. And apart from that, because I want to pursue strategy, get into strategy consulting, so strategy consulting is also taught with along with the general management as a subject, which actually interests me.
Okay, strategy. Nice. So, also, can you tell me the values by which XLRI abides on?
So I'm not very sure the exact terms, but the main values that XRI abides on is the ethics, which is one of the core values of XRI. Apart from that, I feel XRI responsible is one of the very phenomenal keyword that I noticed by going through the XRI website. So I feel that XRI is a focuses majorly on not just producing the management leaders but also ethically responsible leaders, which actually being depicted by the entrance exam they take through the decision making section.
Okay, nice, nice. So I was going through your profile and I saw that 997. You have 99 and 10th and 12th. Why a 7 in UG?
So during my undergrad, I was actually pursuing multiple internships, and I have a major focus on extracurriculars, which actually led to me a 78.7 percentage in undergrad. But I know that it's a drop in the score, but I'll absolutely aim to score higher during my MBA curriculum.
Okay. So do you know that MBA curriculum is very, very hectic? So it might be like a lot of events are happening at night and your quizzes might be happening in the day. So don't you feel that you'll get, there's a high chance you might get distracted here as well and you might not focus on acads?
I don't feel like that because I feel that I have developed a habit of focusing on multiple things because I have been handling 3+ projects during my consulting period as a consultant with Protivity. And apart from that, I've also been handling the MBA test preferences and interview preparation. So I feel I have that multitasker ability. But apart from that, if it gets hectic, I would like to divide my time priority wise because when the semester exams would be approaching, I would be focusing on acads, but I also want to build my extracurricular profile.
Okay, nice. So could you please tell me about a situation where there was a conflict and you handled it during your consult role?
So one of the latest situation was a conflict between there was a project SOP based project we were recently working on, and we were working with the business process information team along with the our department. So there was a conflict between the team leads that how we should approach the project because we had a specific deadline and there was a resource constraint. So, and every other resource deployed on the project was deployed on other projects as well. So there was a conflict between the team leads that how should we actually approach, what approach should be actually followed to give the client deliverables, which actually led to a lot of delays and a lot of meetings, and a lot of time was spent on just deciding the approach rather than executing the project.
Okay. So how could you have handled it better if you would have anything which you have in mind?
I think the first thing would be the aligning the multiple stakeholders on the client side and getting the clear deliverables from their end, and then dividing the functional areas based on the expertise between the teams, and then each team can follow their own approach so that there is no conflict between them.
Okay, nice. So you told me about your Instagram page. Could you please tell me what that page is about?
So that page is just about like me posting my opinions and thoughts on certain aspects of life. It is not like restricted to one subject. Apart from that, I also like post food related reviews or travel related content and my views on the places I have been to.
So have you ever thought of monetizing it or trying to increase the reach?
No, because actually I have just pursued it as a hobby and just to take my time out of my professional life and using that focus not focus taking all the stress of my professional life on pursuing that hobby and then going to my work with a better peace of mind. So I'm not thought of actually monetizing that page.
I think you should actually think of monetizing it because a lot of scope is there in nowadays in Instagram Reels and Instagram content. And a lot of influencers do earn money. Like when people actually work day and night, I think a lot of influencers earn it in a much shorter span of time. So yeah,
Yeah, I
that is
agree
one
with
thing.
that.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to ask that what do you think about the culture at XLRI?
What I have read about the cultural exile, I was going through researching about this topic, and very popular term I came across was exile mafia, some term which was like circulating on all the websites I researched upon. So I think there is a strong culture of alumni network, and they have named themselves that. So I think there is a lot of culture of I would get a lot of good peer which I could learn from a diverse set of peers. And apart from that, the of course the fest and events that every MBA colleges have gives a lot of exposure.
That's great. That's great. So, I also wanted to ask one more thing is, yeah, you told me that you are fond of strategy. So, could you please tell me about some like any companies in industry like whose strategy you find very unique or innovative?
So one of the, if I talk about the marketing strategy specifically, so one of the companies I found the marketing strategy very unique is Zomato, because the way they send the emails and the way they personalize the emails and the messages sent to them, I think it attracts the customer and actually forces them to open their app and scroll through the offers or whatever it is going on. So the purpose of a strategy is to bring the customer base to your app or to your product or service. So I think Zomato has succeeded in doing that.
That nice. What do you think about the strategy which Amul follows?
So
If you're
Amul,
aware of it, yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure if you are talking about the marketing strategy or the strategy, the Amul's
I'm
advertisement
talking about the
strategy.
marketing strategy. Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as I'm aware of, Amul follows a very just one of the thing I could recall from Amu's strategy was a few days back I ordered a blanket order, and I got actually a very cute hamper, small hamper of Amul's butter. So I think that is a very good strategy to actually get the customers' attention to your product. And Amul has a very recognized brand name, and the jingles of that ad is actually like people actually have memorized it. So it have actually contributed to the marketing of the products.
That's great. So, do you have any questions for me?
So actually, I want to know since I have interest in strategy consulting, so I would like to know how the curriculum actually focus on the practical exposure or practical part of telling how the strategy of the companies work, how the curriculum focus on the
Okay.
practical aspect of it.
So basically, you will have a lot of case studies. Okay, it's full of case studies. So you'll be studying about various industries. You'll be studying about various companies in the industry, how they were and how they expanded their customer base and how they do their marketing on a day-to-day basis. Apart from that, you'll have a lot of committees on campus like Crux. And yeah, so even you'll have a lot of events. You'll have a lot of case competitions. So all these are basically to test your strategic thinking. Like if you can actually develop a strategy, or if you want to learn more about strategy, you learn it from a lot of case studies. Okay, why a company succeeded or why a company failed. So the curriculum is really rigorous, and case studies की कमी नहीं होगी. You'll have so many case studies to study for everyday's classes. So from the case study and strategy perspective, I think you're in really good hands. And also a lot of consulting companies do come. Like if you get MBB companies, you get Extract, you get other consulting companies. So yeah, basically there are a lot of opportunities here.
Okay, got it.
That's it. So moving to your feedback, I think yeah. So I think it was overall a very good interview. The only thing is, you please study about these basic terms like GDP. Like you should know the GDP by heart. Okay. And the GDP in exact figures, it's around $4.12 trillion dollars. That is one thing. And also the values of XLRI. You told me the correct values, but try to focus more on ethics and integrity and for the greater good. These both should be like memorized really well. And also about your budget knowledge, I think overall you're well aware of the budget. And from Delhi, I couldn't ask you more about Delhi, but if I'm short on topics, I could actually ask you more about the history of Delhi and the monuments in Delhi. So please, like, do read about them as well, because we don't know what the interviewers might ask. And also, your economics, since you told there was a slight dip in your grad, okay, your 997. So they might ask you on why this dip. And since I even asked that there are a lot of events happening on campus as well, so this dip might occur again. So yeah, you gave a really good justification. So try to justify more ki I was actually involved other ways. And since I was a 9-9, so I thought that apart from ACADS, I thought why to restrict myself here? I should get more practical exposure. So that's why I went in and did in a lot of extracurriculars. And yeah, apart from that, your Instagram page and every question I asked, I feel that your responses were really good and they were really customized and satisfactory also. So these are the only things which you revise, and try to revise more on your ACADS as well, because your consult knowledge and all, you know, you're well aware of the frameworks. But your economics, basically, I'm not from an economics background, so I could only ask you some limited terms. But if the prof is from economics background, they might ask you some more terms on economics. Like they might ask you about the industry analysis, they might ask you about the curves, different type of economic curves, economic depression. They might ask you so many things on economics. ठीक है तो try to revise your ACADS as well apart from consult
Okay.
and all because your UG some a lot of profs are interested in your UG also. Okay, so apart from
Okay.
that I feel everything is good. If you have any doubts you can ask me.
So actually, I wanted to ask that, like, if they ask me what is your preference, like BM or HRM, in BM interview, I would of course say it's BM, but how should I answer it in like HRM interview? Should I like say HRM or like stuck to
No,
one?
actually, they have this form access where you would have filled that your first preference as BM. So if you say HR, it might backfire. So you can say that I my first preference is BM, but I'm open to HR as well because even in HR, the curriculum you try to go through the curriculum and say that these are the interesting subjects which I found, and I am good at dealing with people, and I feel that HR is a very integral function at any organization, and XLRI is like one of the best institutes for it, the best, not one of the best, the best institute for
Hmm.
HR. So I'm really open for both, but since I had to choose only one, that's why in the previous scenario I went ahead with BM, but I'm open for HR as well. So
Okay,
in
got it.
HR you can say, but be honest ki I gave preference to BM, but then you can justify it later.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
all the
that's
very best. Okay, so you did it really well, and I'm sure that just work on these two, three small things, and I think that you are good to go.
sure. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
No worries. Thank you. Chalo then.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll stop the recording. Bye bye then.
Sure.
Okay, any
Bye.
doubt you can text me. Okay. Yeah.
Sure, sure, definitely. Thank you.